When you think of birds singing, maybe you picture a robin perched on a tree branch, warbling away all day long. And robins do sing frequently throughout the day. But if you've ever noticed which birds are the loudest and most numerous in an average song, it's probably been during the dawn chorus or the evening chorus. During these times, many birds will sing almost non-stop until the sun rises or sets. So why do birds sing most often at these particular times? There are actually several biological and ecological reasons that have led natural selection to favor this behavior. The first one has to do with the physics of sound. The early morning and evening are typically the coolest times of the day. The ground and bodies of water haven't had much of a chance to heat up from the sun yet, and there's usually less wind. Because of this, sound travels better through the air, both in terms of how far it can carry and how clearly it rings out. In the middle of the night, sound can travel almost twice as far as it does at noon, and it remains audible for 10 times longer. So when birds sing at dawn or dusk, their songs can reach their intended audience, whether that be a potential mate or a rival looking for a fight more effectively than if they were to sing in the middle of the day. But there's another reason birds sing at dawn and dusk that has to do with the activity level of other animals. Dawn and dusk are also the times of day at which most insects are least active. This matters because most birds rely on catching insects to meet their daily caloric needs. So, just like sound, birds tend to be less busy with feeding at these times. And since food isn't as readily available after dark, many nocturnal insects have evolved to hide during the day, except for the occasional fly or moth that doesn't get the memo and ends up as someone's breakfast. The upshot is that dawn and dusk are the only times of day when both birds and insects are relatively inactive, making the early morning and evening free time for birds to do things other than eating, like singing, territory marking, or mate calling. And singing at these times is more likely to be heard by potential mates. And speaking of mates, there's another reason birds tend to sing most often at dawn and dusk. That has to do with mating. Male birds of many species sing to attract females, but they also sing to warn off other males. Most songbirds are polygamous, meaning that while females typically only have one mate per year, males may mate with multiple females. For this reason, males want to make sure rivals know they're around. So singing at dawn or dusk is a good strategy for letting everyone know where they are every day. Since females are generally only looking to mate once per year, they don't spend much time singing. However, they do have their own repertoire of calls that they use to communicate with their mates and their young. And while female birds aren't typically the ones serenading the sunrise, there are notable exceptions. Some species of songbirds, including white-throated sparrows, have females that sing while perched on a high point, such as the tip of a tree. Their songs serve to advertise the quality of their territory to potential mates. And in some cases, females will even duet with their mates. In addition to attracting mates, singing at dawn and dusk is also a way for birds to conserve energy. Singing is surprisingly taxing and can burn upwards of 8% of a bird's daily energy budget. If birds were to sing at a constant rate throughout the day, they would quickly become exhausted and run the risk of not having enough energy left over to stay warm or find food, let alone attract a mate or defend their territory. By waiting till dawn or dusk to sing, birds can pack more punch into their serenades and conserve energy for the rest of the day. Finally, singing at dawn and dusk is probably a way for birds to avoid danger. In the middle of the day, when the sun is strong and most predators are active, it's risky to draw attention to your location by singing. On the other hand, when most predators are sleeping or hunting for different prey, birds have more freedom to sing without worrying about being eaten. Not only that, but the darkness or dim light of dawn and dusk also means that birds are harder to see, meaning both singers and listeners can keep a lower profile. Some studies have shown that birds in areas with more daytime predators sing more frequently at dusk than those in areas where predators are less active, while others have found that birds that sing more frequently in the morning tend to have better camouflage. This might mean that birds are trading off between the advantages of singing more frequently at either end of the day. Better camouflage might mean that you're safer singing in the morning, whereas a higher likelihood of predators being asleep means you can get away with singing more in the evening. All of these reasons add up to make the early morning and evening the perfect times for birds to sing. Across the avian world, birds are singing nearly twice as much at dawn compared to midday. And some species, like the white-crowned sparrow, sing 3 times as much in the evening compared to midday. So the next time you hear a bird singing, look towards the sun. If it's just beginning to rise or set, you'll have your answer as to why. In general, birds are pretty chatty animals. They have many different vocalizations they use to communicate, not just the beautiful songs we associate with robins and canaries. Many of these vocalizations are used specifically to talk to their mates or their babies. And today, we're going to learn all about what baby birds sound like and why they're always begging for more. Whether you've got chicks or not, we'd love for you to stick around for our next video. Thanks for watching.